This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Young Buck is back out doing interviews. Okay, so this time, this is after his catalog gets sold. Okay, so he's on Steve-O's podcast. And, you know, that's the guy from, what were those movies? Jackass, right? So he's on there talking about G-Unit and everything, and he has this thing with 50 Cent. This is funny, okay? So 50 Cent, when he started G-Unit, he made sure everybody was straight. All these guys were millionaires before their album dropped. All of them, right? 50 Cent took them on tour. When he went, diamond pretty much, he sold 10 million records, took him on tour, and his second album wasn't a second album for him. It was for G-Unit to put everybody on, right? These guys were multi-millionaires before they dropped a solo album. Now, Young Buck's over there complaining. Oh, see, 50 Cent, these guys didn't know business. 50 Cent was ahead of them a little bit, right? As far as knowledge. He seeked the knowledge to get the right, setups for everything. Lawyers, accountants, everything. To make sure everything was straight. You need accounts to pay Uncle Sam. You need lawyers, everything. So, Young Buck is blaming it on 50 Cent in this interview, saying, oh, it was a conflict of interest because his lawyer hired my lawyer and his accountant was my accountant, right? Now, mind you, he says he went to jail for not filing his taxes, right? Oh, no, not filing, paying, right? Now, this is what probably happened. Young Buck described, okay, I got this money, and I had to move my mom out there, and I had to move myself out there, and I bought a bunch of stuff I didn't need. At least he admitted that, right? I'm going to tell you something. He spent all his money, and 50 Cent, he says, yeah, 50 Cent stepped in and paid the bill for me, but it's not like I didn't have to pay it back. Yo, bro, he gave you a loan. He gave you a loan he didn't have to give you. And the reason he set you up the way he did, 50 Cent was just too gracious. Yes, he has a harsh delivery, but he does take care of everybody. He made sure these guys were handling their taxes and everything, So all the lawyer can do all the accountant can do to Young Buck is say, hey, yo, I filed your taxes. This is your tax bill. Young Buck probably ignored it. That's what happened. He ignored it. But he's saying, oh, it was a conflict of interest. You could have gotten another lawyer and an accountant at any time if you felt like it was a conflict of interest. But you were too worried about living life, and just making music, living life. And really, 50 Cent wanted you guys to focus on that. But he didn't rip you off. He set you up. I mean, when are you going to start telling the truth, man? And then what happened is Young Buck started feeling a certain way and saying F G-Unit. So Young Buck came crying. 50 Cent recorded the phone call for just in case he'd said F G-Unit again after he came crawling back, right? And he did. So then they got rid of him. Then Young Buck goes to jail eventually, right? He says, while I was in jail, I decided to go back with G-Unit because everything worked out. 50 Cent was always there for me and got me out of these kind of jams, right? So he goes back to G-Unit, and they let him back in. But, of course, do you think 50 Cent trusted him the same again? No. And Young Buck again went against 50 Cent. And now this is why you see no leniency or anything towards Young Buck, because he gave him a second chance. And Young Buck played him again, How would you feel if someone kind of like you blamed it on him being young and then you brought him back in and they find out it's almost like, and pause, I'm not trying to describe this to getting with an ex, but when you take anybody back into your life and they play you again, it doesn't feel too good, it doesn't feel too good. That's what happened in this situation. And that's why you don't see 50 Cent having any leniency on Young Buck. He's letting the catalog get sold. He wants his $250 for getting out of the contract. And it's just business at the end of the day. He's not asking for more than what he's owed. And this is why you probably will never see a G-Unit reunion again. And this is why Young Buck, why does he hate me so much? Because you're a snake. Buck, you're a snake, bro. You're just like Game, you know, just in a different way. You know, you think you're an entitled somehow. Young Buck's entitled. He grew up harsh, but for some reason, when he got on G Unit, he became entitled. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make. He has the wrong people in his ear, bro. That's all I could chalk it up to. And you know what? It's too late now. It's over. You know, you should have just played your role. I mean, honestly, Lloyd Banks, at least he doesn't go do interviews crying about 50 Cent, you know? He knows he just didn't like it over there and he left, okay? And that's how he wanted it, okay? But he doesn't go crying around and blaming people. He just, you know, he puts out his albums now. He's got the right people helping him put his albums out, and he's doing his thing. I can respect that, as long as you don't become a crybaby. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.